Okay, let me just go ahead and say this right now. Rigby was not a good friend. Yeah, he was loyal and funny, but when it came to actually growing up, he wasn't pulling Mordecai forward. He was holding him back. And that's a real tragedy of Regular Show. A friendship so comfortable, neither of them knew how to move on. I mean, people remember Regular Show for its nostalgia. Chaos was everywhere and there was this weird kind of humor only certain people got. But if you strip away all the gags, it's about one thing: staying stuck. And Rigby is the reason Mordecai stayed stuck for so long. Rigby didn't help Mordecai grow. He helped him hide. He made it easy for Mordecai to keep pretending that immaturity was his personality. But at some point, being comfortable isn't friendship. It's more like sabotage. And every episode starts the same. Rigby wants to mess around and Mordecai just goes along with it. And then everything goes to shit. It's funny, yeah, but over time, that loop stops being harmless. Rigby's chaos keeps Mordecai locked in a version of himself that never grows. Every time Mordecai tries to take a step forward, a new job or relationship or whatever, Rigby drags him back to the park, back to the comfort zone. And Rigby doesn't do it out of malice, he just can't handle change. And neither could Mordecai. But Rigby knows exactly how to keep Mordecai on his same level. He guilt trips him into bad decisions, acts jealous when Mordecai starts maturing, even playing dumb so Mordecai wouldn't move on without him. But I wouldn't say that's evil. I feel like it's more of a fear. The fear of being left behind, fear of losing the only person who lets it feel like it's okay to be lazy. So instead of supporting Mordecai's growth, Rigby quietly sabotages it. Because when Mordecai actually tries, for example with Margaret or CJ, Rigby becomes the anchor. Not the kind that really steadies the ship, more so the kind that keeps it from leaving the dock. He really mocks Mordecai for trying too hard, calls him lame or whatever for caring, and keep things light so they don't have to be real. But that's what makes their friendship so dangerous. It's not toxic in a loud way. I would say it's toxic in a quiet way. The one where you don't notice you're being held back until you've already wasted years of your life staying the same. And yeah, Rigby eventually changes down the line. He graduates, matures, and becomes a better person. But by then, it's too late for Mordecai. He's already spent years living in Rigby's gravity. Honestly, there's no telling how far Mordecai could have been without him. And that's the sad truth about some friendships. They feel good in the moment, they feel familiar, but some of them quietly stop you from becoming the person you're supposed to be. And like I said, Rigby's not a villain, he was just afraid. He was afraid to lose his best friend and afraid to outgrow the past. So he did the one thing that made him feel safe. He kept them both small. Regular Show ended like a memory. And it was funny and weird, nostalgic, but under it all, it was about two friends who couldn't let go. And Rigby didn't necessarily ruin Mordecai's life, but he sure as hell didn't make it better. He made it comfortable, and comfort is the enemy of growth. But Mordecai wasn't the only one who got trapped like that. Someone else we all know did too, but in a completely different world. Fiona's story starts off where Mordecai's leaves off. When the adventure's over, the magic's gone, and you're wondering what might come next. Check out my Fiona and Cake video next, because her story is what happens when being stuck turns into a whole way of life.